congrats on the win. Jincy, just how good does it feel to come in and get the first win of the season at home?
It's awesome. I mean, that was our plan all along, and we executed.
How did it feel also for you to get your first PWHL goal?
It was good, good things come to those who wait. Isn't that what they say or something like that? So, yeah, it felt really good, especially at home, in front of fans who are just excited for us, excited for me. So it was awesome.
It looked like a big relief for you. Is that fair to say?
I don't think a relief. If I score goals, that's great, but I feel like I have my job, and if I'm doing my job, then I'm happy with myself.
Mannon, how did it feel to not only score your first PWHL goal, but also the first one at home here at TV Place?
Yeah, I think it was a surprise almost. Just going out there, like Jincy said, doing my job. Got a nice pass from Vasco and found myself alone with a goalie. So it was amazing. Just a good team win today. So it was nice to add to that.
What does it say about the group too to be able to just battle being down and get the win?
Yeah, I think we have a really relentless group. We've been working a lot on different details, and we've executed those today. We battled hard the entire game, never let go, so proud of us today.
Did you feel your second period, though, might not, that you kind of lost a bit of momentum there? This was something we saw a lot last year, and that maybe, and maybe more for you, Jincy, to answer, knowing that experience that can't let that creep in again this year.
Yeah, I think we've kind of just last year was an old team, this is a new team in a second game of the season, and we've changed a lot about our game, and so we're still figuring that out, and I think we rebounded quickly, and I think we rebounded when we need to, and it's a long season, there's going to be ebbs and flows, but I think you're going to see a really consistent group from us. We got a dog in us, we got a fight in us, and I think we showed that in the third period. I think that's what mattered. We came back, we scored 2 goals, we won the game.
What were some of those things that were talked about between second and third period that you believe changed the outcome?
I think just going back to what makes us successful. We're a fast team. We get to that space. We're tough to play against. And I think just owning that. And sometimes, it's a long game. You get a little distracted. But going back to, hey, here's the thing that make us good. Let's get on the same page and let's go get this.
What can you say, too, about the 2 Czech players that play on a line together? Like, how much of a connection they have, and I don't know how they even communicate on the team. Are they talking in Czech to each other?
We don't even know. No, they're awesome. They're fantastic players, so it's awesome to see them have that chemistry and get to do their thing here in this league. I think it's great for the game just to see, what's across the world. There's really great women over there, so I'm glad they get to come here and just shine.
Are you looking forward to the game on Friday at CTC?
Yeah, I am, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
What's that like? That's going to be your first opportunity to play there, and you've seen your fans here how they are, but just to have that bigger number potentially.
It's awesome. There's more people watching us, more people involved in our game, and we love that. It's an awesome environment, what this league is doing, the team culture that we have, and the more people that get to be a part of it, the better.
Just your thoughts on tonight.
Yeah, really great. I think the gals here that just spoke, they're kind of stealing the words right out of my mouth, which is nice to hear that, we're believing in our style and what we can do. And certainly tonight, we're able to establish ourselves a little bit differently. And again, the season's young, so there's going to be, as Jincy just said, there's going to be ebbs and flows and moments in a game, but felt really confident in where we were going and what we were doing, and you could see it as a result when you were watching the girls on the ice.
You've talked a lot about being a hard team to play against,
yeah.
Being a goal. Do you think your team brought that tonight?
Yeah, I thought we started to sort of make a statement that way, and again, it's going to be a long year, and there's going to be those ups and downs, but at the end of the day, when you're pushing to win championships and you want to get yourself to that end mark, being able to defend and be tough to play against is always sort of the pinnacle. That's what you're striving towards. And like I've said to you 100 times, every team in the league is looking to do the same thing. So it's not like it's going to be handed to you. You have to earn it. But thought tonight we were a physical team. We were the word relentless I've heard a couple times here this evening. We were relentless. It's a tough style to play, but when you can execute it and you can stick to it, it bodes well. It gives you a chance.
Jincy Roese mentioned good things happen to those who wait or whatever about her first goal tonight, but her scoring, how do you think that can just increase the confidence of her for her offensive game?
Well, I think it's great she scored, but I also scored 3 goals in pregame skate today.
And nobody
back.
paid attention.
Congratulations.
So I just want to put, you know what, I think, you know, when you look at Jincy and what she's done for this franchise and, you know, from her leadership perspective through, you know, her connection with the league and then her consistency on the ice, like, you're always pleased when a player, like, who works as hard as she does, and really we've got a crew of that, you're always pleased when they're rewarded. At the end of the day, it's always exciting to score a goal, and you could see it on her face, like, there's just a huge smile, and, you know, I thought she had an incredible game today, and it was just nice that she was, you know, obviously doing a great job on her own end, but it's nice when they're rewarded offensively too. She certainly earned that one.
Can you speak about the run job, because you let her loose tonight? She 3 offensive play. She creates. She made this possible third goal, I
Yeah.
believe, and also very good defensive play. She's really taking some space.
Yeah, she's a great player, you know. And again, you asked the question about the Czech players, but now we're seeing a Finnish player, the top Finnish player. You know, we're starting to see the best of the best from around the world be in this league, and you can see very quickly that they all deserve it. They belong here. And to your point with Rania, you know, she's a big body, of course. She's very physical, but she has an offensive touch. You can see it. She had a couple chances from the slot tonight. You know, the slip play in the neutral zone on our game-winning goal was impressive. So, you know, we'll continue to work with everyone, but certainly the starting point there with her is a very positive one, and we're excited to see where she can continue to take her game.
It took you guys a couple of games last year to get your first win at home. How does this maybe help your comfort level moving forward to get this early?
You just need wins in this league, and they're hard to come by. This league is tough to win in. We saw it in the opening games. You know, teams have leads and then they don't have a lead, or, you know, you think you're in a good spot and then it changes very quickly. That's why this league's unbelievable. So anytime you can get a win is a great thing. Anytime you get a point, it's a pretty good thing. You know, but certainly, you know, we've got sort of a 3-game phase here heading into the international break. So getting some opportunity here to gain a win always helps confidence. It's never a bad thing. So we'll certainly take it, but we're not going to rest on it. You know, there's a long season in front of us.
Also, with Brianne and Jenner out of the lineup, are you seeing other leaders just emerge a little bit? You know, taking some of that leadership as well.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day here in Ottawa, we've always tried to be a very collaborative group. From Mike, our GM, through our coaching staff and our staff, and through our players. So, you know, the whole piece of what we're trying to do is become the best team. And certainly, you know, you want Jenner going and in the lineup, but what's nice to see is we just got players that can rise. And, you know, that's what we're looking to establish here. We're trying to make sure that everyone feels valued, understands, you know, how they can contribute, because everyone's factoring in. So, you know, when one player goes down, you want to be able to sort of say, it's okay, let's just keep going. And I think that's what we saw here tonight.
What do you think, explain, like, it feels like Toronto is the team you've had the most success against, like going back to last year. What in your play style do you think works so well against them?
I think every team in this league is so highly competitive. I don't think there's an advantage over one team or another. I think on any given night when that puck drops, you can probably flip a coin. And so I don't think we've got anything special over Toronto. I don't think any team has anything special over us. I always think there's a natural excitement to play against Toronto. I'm fairly new to Ottawa, but I've learned very quickly there's a natural energy when Toronto comes into town. So I think maybe that's part of the vibe. But by no means do I think, you know, there's any sort of discrepancy between the 6 teams in this league. I think they're all really good.
Your thoughts on Emmerich Smashmeyer's play in the first 2 games?
It's been great, right? Classic great. You know, she certainly in Montreal, she saw some more shots there with so many penalty kills. But rose to that, gave us an opportunity to not only potentially win that game, but certainly got us a point. And then, you know, she comes back again today, and we just see what Mash does. You know, she's a great player and a great goaltender, and we're thrilled she's an Ottawa Charge.
Danielle had a few looks tonight, but she didn't get on the score sheet.
I'm going to bench her. No, I'm just kidding.
How have you felt about her play so far and how she's getting on in the league?
Great. She's done great. She's played 2 games in this league, and she's impacting them. Like, I feel that across the board with our new to us players. You know, they've come in and they've been able to play with confidence. You see it in her game. Her calmness is her gift. She's got great vision, right? But then she's a big rig. She's got a big body going there, so she decides to go. She's very difficult to stop. So, but I think from a starting point with all of our group, with everyone that's played, like, and our crew that's practicing, everyone's working. So certainly she's doing the same, but you can see it when she's got the puck. You kind of hold your breath to think something could happen here.
You have a friendship bracelet? What's
Yeah, I was that
about?
Well, me and Taylor Swift, very similar, I think. I was trending the other day with my breaking news head injury. A young fan gifted this to me, so I was really pleased to receive it. I thought it was really cute. Yeah, on my walk out to the bench. So I thought, darn right. So we'll keep her going.
Does it become your good luck?
I'm not going to take it off now.
Is there a chemistry between, or can there be chemistry between two players from the same homeland, like the Czechs?
Yeah.
And if so, like when did you sort of just notice it, I guess, through camp? Or?
You know, I think there's something, even look at that third goal and you look at Rania to Maraska to Vinisheva, like there's just, almost like I just said, oh, there's some European hockey right there, right? Those little slip plays. So I think what's so neat about the game is where the game is the game, I think there's still nuances around the world. I think, you know, there's pieces that when you're a North American player growing up that you do really, really well. But in Europe, they do things really, really well as well. And to your point, we're always trying to find that natural chemistry. It's not based on nationality by any means, but sometimes you try things just knowing that they've grown up in a similar system. But, you know, I think that's what every coach is doing this time of the year. You're just trying to find chemistry amongst your players. And, you know, I think for those two right now, and, you know, Scams has been incredible on that line too, creating space. It's been nice to watch them play.
How do you think that helps you as a coach? You know, obviously being in Czechia as well, and then growing up here in Canada to have a bit of that flavor of both types of hockey.
Yeah, I think my exposure to the international game through Czech has allowed me to sort of see the offensive side slightly different. I think the complementary piece between them and myself is I bring a little bit of a North American piece to when we don't have the puck, a little bit of grit that they've embraced. But with the puck, I'm smart enough to just stay out of the way and let them play. And I'm trying to learn how they teach it, how do they go about it, because I think it's something that our kids here in North America really benefit from. So I'm always trying to learn and get better too. So I'm always trying to look and learn and ask. And you know, I'm fortunate to have a front row seat here and a front row seat there.
Montreal's up next. Anything you learned from the weekend that you're going to take into Friday's game?
Yeah, you know, thought the first outing, obviously we played them in the scrimmage games as well, but the first outing there in the season opener, I thought 5-on-5 we played them pretty well. We know they've got some potent players, obviously, every team does. You know, the penalty kill saw too much action, but I think for us it's just continue to do what we're doing and continue focusing on our details. You know, it'll be fun to go, you know, 2 out of 3 games. 3 out of 5 games, if you want to break it down, are against them. So there's going to be a natural sort of energy between the two of us. But they're a great team, and we're a great team, so I suspect, stay with me, it'll be a great game.
You mentioned you obviously haven't been here long, but you know what the fans are like. What do you think it's going to mean for not only the community, but your team to get a chance to play at the Canadian Tire Center?
We're thrilled. We're thrilled to get this opportunity to play at CTC and really hopefully draw in the whole community. You know, like it's a privilege for us to be able to do that. We know our fans are incredible. We hope they're able to come and support us in that venture too. You know, there's a lot of sort of neutral zone. This isn't a neutral zone site. This is a home field advantage. The louder, the better. You hear them tonight. They're booing. You love it. Like they're cheering and booing at all the right times. So we're really excited. We hope the community can get behind us and bring their energy, because it sets us apart, and it's something that we never take for granted, but it gives us a boost every game.
You surely know how to spell charge.
Well, we're getting there. I heard some Charge cheers going too, so it was nice to see, and you know, it's nice to see where that's going to go from a community perspective and what becomes a little bit of a tradition maybe.
Zoe Boyd didn't see a lot of ice. I think it was under 7 minutes. Was that kind of part of the plan, or was that more of a reactionary thing?
No, I think, like, you know, when you're managing minutes in these games, there's lots of variables that go into it. And at home, you're just trying to manage things. But we also get 3 TV timeouts every period, and they're long. So, you know, you're trying to find the right minutes at the right time. But you know what? Zoe Boyd is an incredible hockey player, and you saw it. When she's out there, she's impactful. And that's across the board. Mannon McMahon had her first goal, right? That Dark Angelo line, right? It's going. But, you know, as coaches, you're constantly trying to find the right sort of percentage and get players out, and it's something we always review and look at and continue to try to find the right minutes for everyone. But we're thrilled that we have the depth that we have, that we can play anyone.
Kind of on the same note, those new penalty kill rules, it's been 2 games now, and I think on that Toronto second goal, it was Emily Clark taking the face off. That's not her usual position for her. What's your reaction to that so far?
It's what the league wanted. It's what they wanted. It's great. It's making there a little bit of a vulnerable moment for penalty kills. And the hope and the ask was that power plays would start to score goals. And I think they've hit the nail on the head here, and it's something that we keep sort of flushing out as coaches to make sure that we can better prepare our players. But we're learning a little bit on the fly here too, because none of us have ever coached that style before.
Conceded about half as many shots as you did against Montreal. What does it say about your team's ability to suppress chances, especially on the penalty kill?
Yeah, well, we were just on the penalty kill too much against Montreal. That's why they got so many chances, right? Like at the end of the day, they just took advantage of the power plays that they had. You know, I think tonight hopefully gives us a bit of better gauge of where we sit, sort of in a natural game where there's that, you know, handful this way, handful that way from a special teams perspective. But we also worked a lot between that game and this game and trying to figure out, make sure that without the puck we're in better spots. So, you know, again, every game you play. This is a good thing because this is my job. Every game you play, you learn something new about the group that we got to get better at. And we learned something in our first game, and of course we've learned more here tonight.
How close is Brianna to being back?
I don't know where she is in the building. Oh.
Oh my gosh. To be back.
She's day to day. Yeah, she's day to day. Great. Appreciate it, you guys. Have a great night.